Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasa'ala. Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashmi Awashai Bahashim Chachadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Aqua that's out here sincerely keeping the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai to the best of their ability. This is H.I.M on the Wap. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. This is an article from Tech Radar. It says the entire Pentagon defense technology team is resigning, putting the U.S. at huge risk of cyber attacks. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, which is DOGE, has sent a key U.S. government program focused on efficiency, innovation, and Silicon Valley style quick tech fixes packing. Almost all of the staff for the Defense Digital Service have confirmed they are resigning as a result of DOGE pressure, with many of the DSS responsibilities to be taken over by the Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office. Yeah, buddy. So we moving into this digital age real fast, man, and that dollar dropping so goddamn quick. This could be next week. It says the DSS has been a key source of innovation and new tech adoption at the Pentagon for the past decade, introducing numerous tech remedies during the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and Ukrainian aid transferal programs. Of the 14 employees that make up the DSS office, 11 are planning to take Trump's deferred resignation package by the end of April. DSS Director Jennifer Hay is planning on leaving by May 1st, with the 2 remaining employees planning to resign also. One of the DSS main responsibilities was to introduce fast-track technology during national security incidents to help the Pentagon to quickly react to developing situations. While DSS responsibilities will be passed on to another department, it is unclear how long it will take for the Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office to assume DSS responsibilities, potentially putting the security of the Pentagon at risk. So there you have it, man. And you're gonna have these Edomites, man. They're gonna wake up and start growling soon, you know. Okay, but it goes on to say, many with the DSS office were expecting to be a part of DOGE's efforts to enhance the efficiency of the Pentagon and introduce new AI technologies. However, they were passed over by Musk, with Hay stating the reason we stuck it out as long as we have is that we thought we were going to be called in. Well, no, hey, this guy, man, let me just grab a quick scripture. This is beautiful. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? Esau is capable of anything, man. These people could be actual Russian plants, man. Elon Musk and Trump. Well, of course, you know what I'm saying. We already, we know how the Israelis get down. We know that they're running the country overall. So, overall, this is Esau's fall, man. They're too goddamn smart for their own good. And this is just, let me get this one. This is the Lord just breaking this place down. Beautiful, too. I didn't think it was going to go down like this, man. As quick as it's going down, because every single move they make on a week-to-week basis, man, has just been trash, bro. They really are, they're doing some things, man, that is really breaking this place down fast as shit. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay? So the king's heart, all these moves that Trump's making, he's making those moves because the Lord is programming his ass to make those moves, man. Matter of fact, let's get this too. Job 33. Started about 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. So these kings, and just people in general, you know what I'm saying? Because the scripture talks about how a man's goings of the Lord. How can he then understand his own way? These kings, these presidents, these prime ministers, governors, mayors, whatever, the decisions that they make, they're all pushed through by H.I.M. These people don't have no free will. Okay, but it says, according to Politico, there were existing issues within the program ranging from political infighting to hiring freezes. But every employee at DSS said that they wouldn't be leaving if not for Doge. The best way to put it, I think, is either we die quickly or we die slowly. This isn't the first modernization and innovation program to face the axe under Doge, with the U.S. Digital Service and the 18F program both being subject to firings and layoffs under pressure from Doge. A former Pentagon official who spoke to the Politico under subject of anonymity commented on Doge's foray into improving the efficiency of the Defense Department, stating, "They're not really using AI. They're not really driving efficiency. What they're doing is smashing everything." Yep, and that's the age. Shit, it is what it is. It's all orchestrated, man. These things are being orchestrated because that dollar got to crash first off. And then, of course, you know, this man he wanted to get into the Social Security Administration records and data. The whole thing is just, you know, it's brain chip technology being moved, man. This man wants to put a chip. They want to put a chip in everybody. And they have to break this shit down and bust that dollar down before they can actually, you know, really go into pushing pushing that chip, man, that implant. Right? In Revelation 13:16. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so Lucky, I had to stop for my neighbor real quick. Well, I don't know the lady like that. There's some older, live down the block, saying that some niggas over here stealing packages off the porch. But you know, some part of the block club. She's a part of the block club with our little block here. Anyway, Revelation 13, verse 16. This is what all this stuff is leading up to, man. They got to break down that system. And he calls up all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? And they've been talking about, you know, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices again. They've been talking about blackouts. They've been, you know, it's been a lot of security events as far as like social security numbers. Remember when I think that was about a year or so ago, somebody cracked into, and, you know, a lot of breaches, a lot of phone companies, a lot of breaches been in a lot of you know, like AT&T, Verizon, all these different places where, you know, they have a treasure trove of people's data. And then they want to get to talking to you about TikTok. Well, the Chinese are stealing your data. Well, these motherfuckers are stealing your data. Come on, bro. But let's check some of these comments, man, because these people silly as hell. And this person, Mike Kircher, says, "Can you imagine being so stupid that you are still believing Trump and Musk are looking for fraud and waste instead of what they're really doing, which is just trying to destroy the government so that nothing works properly and everything is easy to rob amidst all of the chaos confusion? Trump's hero Putin has been able to steal over $200 billion from Russian taxpayers over the last 20 years. Trump is going to make that look like child's play. Well, hey, who knows? Hey, I don't put nothing past any of these people." This person says, "Musk is a foreign-born entity in 18 of our highest government agency computers and installing software to systems. Yeah, firing, forcing out directors, everyone else. That's a government takeover, you idiots. We're a dictatorship. That's inept, incompetent, and point blank, an imbecile. What the fuck did MAGA rabbit repubs do? We could hit Russia and China tomorrow and lose. What the fuck did you do? You destroyed America. That's just what you all did. Joe Rogan and his stage wrestling cult is also to blame. Oh yeah, this army vet pays attention to everything." Well, yeah, see, these army vets like this guy right here, hey, they know what's popping. They know what's popping. And this is where, you know, your Egyptian against Egyptian is gonna come forth. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get that. These people about to straight, full-fledged civil war this shit out. Matter of fact, let's get Matthew 12 real quick. In the NLT, verse 25, it actually says civil war. Matthew 12 and 25 in the NLT, and it's in red letters, so we know Yahushai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is speaking. It says, Yahushai knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or splintered or a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And that's what you're witnessing with America. And we pray for it. This is what we're praying for, man. So continue to pray for the downfall of Esau Edom's kingdom, man. You get that one in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiastes 25 and 7, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. This is what we're witnessing, man. I was just watching, because I kind of watch, I love the Euro News hookup. They give a pretty decent information. But they're talking about how Russia and China is getting so close and cozy. Well, what the fuck did you think they were going to do when you sanctioning everybody and you're using the dollar as a weapon, and people are starting to get the fuck away from that dollar, man. So, of course, the best thing for them to do really is to just go ahead and blow that shit up and start from scratch. And when they start from scratch, they're gonna be starting with that digital implant, man. That's pretty much about what's going on here. Gotta love it though, man, because this place is falling. I didn't think that it was gonna. These past couple of months, this guy been in there, man. He been doing a lot of damage, bro. A lot of damage. Anyway, let me just read this back though. Let me get it in the KJV. Matthew 12 and 25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So this place is divided. And then these Edomites that actually voted for Trump, they about to go ape shit crazy, because they're starting to see that, okay, we've been duped. So they're going to be extra mad. They was already pissed, you know what I'm saying, talking about make America great again. Now they feeling like they've been duped by the very person that was going to make America great again. These people about to go ape shit crazy, bro. 2nd Ezra 15. Let me start at verse 14 right here. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's the Egyptian against the Egyptian. The Lord is about to let he's going to put a spirit on these Edomites, these so-called white people, to get down out here, man. And Jake, too. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're going to get caught off guard, because you need to repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son Yahushai, man. Step your ass back and watch these Edomites tear each other up. But guess what? Jake going to be out here trying to rah-rah, too. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Which means they about to be like, fuck Trump, fuck the government, fuck the governor, fuck the senator, fuck the mayor. They about to go out here and straight bear arms, man. Because see, because these Edomites, they have been dumbed down. Some of the dumbest people in the world is these fucking Americans, man. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So it's going to be people that's going to be able want to travel and go and check on their loved ones and go and, basically try and get food and emergency services, like medical care and shit like that. Because motherfuckers all you're going to be able to do at a certain point is barricade yourself in your house and hope that you got enough in there to sustain you until some of the heat die down. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And that's what you're seeing coming, man. Because when you see articles like this, it's nothing for them to drop a blackout on y'all asses. There's nothing for them to say, well, we had a breach. We're being attacked by Russia on some digital shit. Lights is off. Your computer is down. Your phone is down. Your water is off. That's scriptural, man. And people gonna be going through it, and they not gonna know what to do. That's why we let me get this one, Isaiah 33:6. That's why the scriptures talks about blessed is the man that read the scriptures, man. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength is salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So this is what we're waiting on. You know, we're waiting. You know, this wisdom and this knowledge is gonna hold us down. Now, are we gonna be going through some stuff? Of course, because you know, that's just a part of the prophecies. None of us truly know our full lot. Some may be living out of a backpack, like the apostles always say. You know, you might have a tent. You know, I kind of keep a little bug out bag ready, even though, you know what I'm saying, I know that it's all about the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, you know, as to my survival. But, you know, it's nothing wrong with keeping a bag in your trunk or in your truck, you know, with some canned goods, maybe a day's worth of food or something in your shit, you know, so just in case. You just never know. There's nothing wrong with, you know, stockpiling a few things in your you know, refrigerator, especially with the way prices are going right now. Anyway, if you see something that's on sale and you can grab a couple of them, you know what I'm saying, to throw in your cabinets or your freezer, that would be wise, you know what I'm saying, because the prices of this shit is about to damn skyrocket with these tariffs, man. But overall, you know, we look to Yahweh Bashim Shai for our well-being. He's the one that provides us with our daily bread. He's the one that, you know, kills and makes alive. He wounds and he heals. So we're dependent upon Yahweh Bashim Shai, man, when it straight comes down to it. You know, but again, if the Lord has provided you with, you know, the means, and man, go ahead and grab you a couple of candles, man. Grab you some damn matches, you know, lighters or something you see on sale. You never know that you might make a fucking fire, man. You know? You may be outside having to, you know, warm up a can of damn beans, man. You know what I'm saying? Get you a damn can opener. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, little stuff, a flashlight, man. Little stuff like that come in handy. You just never know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I know this shit right here is about to get sneaky, man, because they can easily say, oh, we had a data breach. Everybody's accounts is on zero. You wake up tomorrow, your shit, you had $10,000 in the bank, and all of a sudden that shit is zero. People gonna lose their goddamn minds. People gonna lose their minds over $20. You know, I had $150 in my bank account, and people lined up around the corner. They're gonna be wanting to see when they was doing that stuff with Bank of America. Remember about a year back here, and people was going to Bank of America and trying to find out what the fuck happened. Woke up and the accounts was at zero. That could have been your tester right there. And again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. This man, he's capable of anything. And this shit right here, look at how big this building is, bro. This motherfucking building is like 5 layers through. So, and it's been around for a long time, man. Like, ain't no telling what these people be doing in places like this, man. Anyway, though, I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Hey, let me get just one more, though. Let's get that classic as well. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You're living in some very wicked, evil times, man. And people are, man, bugged the fuck out, man, right now. People have like this lady that just pulled up on me and shit, because they was just talking for quite some time. There's 2 elderly ladies. They live down the block from me and stuff. But again, like I said, they're part of the block club. And guess what? They on the dolo. You know, drive really nice cars and shit like that. You know, they husbands done either, you know, I don't know if they divorced their husbands, but them passed away. They don't have no men. You know, but they're by themselves. And she was talking about how, you know, somebody came up on the porch and stole a package, you know, giving a warning, you know, to watch out, whatever. But when it comes to people like that, when people get out here and get down on the boogie, those women, man, they're going to be vulnerable as hell, man. They're going to be vulnerable. There's not going to be nothing for people to just, you know, kick in the damn door. You know, because a lot of these older houses, they kind of have, you know, bars on the windows from the inside. But still, that's nothing for a person to get into the house. If they insisted on getting in that bitch, they going to get in there. These houses are not like, you know, fucking forts, you know. And those particular houses that, you know, they're like, you know, it's nothing for somebody to just break in that bitch, man, and ravage these. Well, I wouldn't say well, who knows? You got some motherfuckers that's out here. They into old women. Hey, they'll ravage their old asses too. But what's in them cabinets though? What's in those refrigerators? It's where it's gonna count. That's what the people are really gonna be out here and going for. Because money ain't gonna be shit. Your little jewelry and gold and shit ain't gonna be shit. People ain't gonna be coming through to do nothing but see if you got a gun, some bullets, and food. That's it. And taking some box, man. Or if they might be taking little boys if that's what they're into. And these people gonna be out here in flocks, man. Truckloads of them. And the apostles always say, watch the movie The Road. If you want to see people eating people savagely, because cannibalism is coming back in a big way. People just can't see that right now. Y'all, that's just some bullshit. Y'all been watching too many comic movies, and well, all right, well, we gonna see. I guess we'll just see. Let the Lord be true and every man a liar, man. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a Bible ball.